Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Charis Jones. I am a wife who works with my husband full-time. I am a twin mother of 8-year-old very rambunctious boys who just not too long ago got on my last nerve, so much so that I had to send one of them with his daddy, flung him. Why these kids be out of school on the weekdays sometimes? I don't know. Okay. And I am the CEO of Sassy Jones. And if you have never heard of us, welcome. So happy to cross digital paths with you. We are a global fashion and beauty brand that sells confidence. And so many people are always asking, like, how do you sell confidence? You sell necklaces, you sell ready to wear, you sell handbags. Those are true, but building confidence in women is my ministry, and the products are just the vehicle. And really what we do so well is encourage and teach a woman stylishly to rise up and try something different and new. That head wrap that you never thought you could tie, or that bright ass hot pink lipstick, not pink, paint, lipstick that you valued, swore you would never, ever wear. Or when you catch yourself saying, this is too much. This is too much for me. What does that even mean? Let's unpack that statement, right? But anywho, what we do at Sassy Jones is we encourage women to practice what we call decision audacity. And when they do, it just has such immense trickle-down effects in other areas of their lives. And all of a sudden, things are changing. Sitting up a little taller, asking for more. If I can do this, then I can do this, right? And we're just a little teeny tiny spark. All started with an earring. So yes, so what are we here to talk about today, child? One of my most favorite topics, which is confidence. And before we get started, let's just lay some groundwork on what confidence is and what it is not. So confidence is not ego, right? Confidence is not competition. Confidence is not it's not your self-worth, right? Confidence is not your self-esteem. Nope. Confidence is pretty much your belief in the ability that you can. So it is birthed from the inside, but it is very much more about your ability, right? Your capability to complete or do or practice whatever it is that you set your mind to, right? So I can say that I would like to learn how to braid hair, right? And that's not necessarily an intrinsic value, but I do have to start with the belief that I can, right? And that's where it starts from the inside. But you gain and build, like just kind of like building blocks and bricks. You build on the confidence the more you practice braiding the hair. And then all of a sudden you become more confident in your ability, right? And that ability translates into how you show up. It translates into how you interact. It translates into how you speak to yourself. And confidence is also not, we talked about this and what it is not your self-worth. Those are two very different things, right? Your self-worth is an intrinsic value, right? It is you knowing your value is detached from anything else going on externally, right? That is your worth. Just only because God chose you to be in this universe amongst all of these other beautiful people that we get to share and exchange ideas and energy and play and fun with, right? You knowing that, detached from your degrees, how long your bust down is, how long your lashes are, what kind of house you live in, how many friends you got, how many followers you got, right? All of those things has nothing to do with your worth. Your worth is simply knowing that you are valued because you exist. That's it. No titles, isn't that so can we just take a freaking deep breath on that? That's so relieving, right? That's such a safe place for all of us just to know that that's enough, that you were chosen to be here, period. Period. Let's just take, whenever we have like just a woosah, a aha moment, a moment of enlightenment, I just like to pause and just take a deep breath just so that you can soak that in. because it is really about the belief in the knowing in your shanana, in your gut, in your belly, right? And right down here in that bottom down near the sacral chakra, right? That you are worthy only because, and mainly because you exist. Your existence is why, right? And not only the existence, but how you are connected and how you were created, right? That's how we know that we're connected to the power source, right? The power source being God. And all of my everything is centered on that. And I know that that is where my limitless, my expensive, my priceless, let's just say that, my priceless value comes from, all right? So that is your worth. That is your worth, all right? Then you have confidence. And we're gonna talk about a lot of different ways that you can spark your self-confidence. And when I say spark, what I mean is I want you to think about one of those sparklers like on 4th of July, right? And like it's just going and going and going, and it's so magnetizing and it catches your eye, and it's just so beautiful to watch and see, right? But it can get blown out. It can get blued out, right? When it's done, it's done, it's done. And so before we get into it, I just want to lay the grace and the groundwork that it is a repetitive reigniting, okay? And so that is also very comforting too, because on a lot of days, let's just acknowledge that everything isn't always on the up and up, and that's okay. And that's very much part of the basic human experience, right? And I think a lot of times when we try to pull ourselves out of feeling what we're feeling, just to be up on our tippy toes a little bit higher and to appear confident, that is where we get the game all effed up, right? So it's really about just being okay with where you are and understanding and knowing that that reigniting process, the sparking, right? That sparking is a cyclical, repetitive process. So let's get into the ways of how you can spark your confidence. Hey girl, welcome to the Sassy Jones Show. It's me, Charis Jones, CEO of the one and only Sassy Jones. Come behind the scenes for all things play, family, and fun. And you know, there is absolutely no filter. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Enjoy today's episode. All right, so my first base work of sparking your confidence higher is, it starts with thing number one, belief, right? Belief is knowing and really being convinced, maybe without any proof, right? That you are able, that you really believe and know that you feel like you can, whatever it is, you can get a degree or make new friends or network or whatever it is, that you actually believe that you are capable of doing that thing, right? And there's a lot of times where we have tons of negative self-talk, tons of voices in our head, tons of voices around us that can kind of detract and demotivate that belief. But it starts there. It starts with, you know what, girl, I really do got this. There is no there is no physical proof or no materialization or nothing that no one else believes either that I got this. But you know what? I believe I got this. And God dang it, let that be enough. May that be enough, and may that be your base work, your bottom line as to how you spark your confidence higher. All that matters, sis, boom, pop. All that matters is that you believe that you can, and you can fill in the blank with whatever it is that you were going through in your ecosystem, your life at this moment, right? I don't know what that is for you, but whatever it is, you can fill in the blank that I know and I believe that I am capable of achieving or doing or being or whatever it is. Just the belief is thing number one, because if you don't have that, you will be chasing wind, right? You can be easily talked off of your throne. You can be easily lured away from your purpose if you do not have the core, the foundation, and the strong belief in knowing that I got this, regardless of the setbacks, regardless of what you go through, regardless of what the people say, regardless of even if the evidence isn't there or anywhere, or anywhere to be found, right? It's a bit of a blissful delusion, is it not? Right? It's a bit of a blissful delusion with no materialization, but just the faith that you actually can. And it starts there. We talk about confidence being like more of an external thing, or you knowing and believing that you can, that you have the ability, right, to do whatever it is, and that just shows up energetically. It does, right? Because you can say, oh, she has so much confidence, or he just appears so confident. The base of it is because they thought they could. That's it. And then they gathered more facts. They collected facts along the way via practice that they can, and then the confidence sparks higher. But it starts, thing number one, with your belief. Okay, so after we believe, okay, and again, that's a cyclical work, all of this is, right? Some days it's like, child, I don't believe. Some days it's like, I believe. What's the song? I believe, and I know I can. I believe. Anybody want to give me a record deal? I'm open. Okay, thing number two. Are you ready? Ready? Okay. Thing number two is practicing audacity. This comes in so many different forms, beautiful beloved. It just does. It comes in the form of trying something new. It comes in the form of wearing a bright color. It comes in the form of stepping all the way outside of that comfort zone. It comes in the form of maybe if you ain't ready to ask for the raise, right? Maybe it comes in the form of you speaking up in the meeting and not swallowing your words, and practicing exercising that throat chakra, right? And practicing running away from actually the overthinking and the second thinking and the third thinking, right? What if you just practiced audacity, just a teeny, just like a rubber band, just a teeny tiny stretch. Ain't nobody telling you to go jump over the moon today, because some of us attach confidence to overachieving. Not so. It is the collection of tiny practices of you exercising audacity on a second by second, minute by minute basis. It could look like, I'll take myself for example, right? Right now, I'm in the dead smack in the middle of a yoga challenge, right? I run a family, a house, more than a house, a mansion, a multi-million-dollar brand, and those things do not define me. However, my schedule is booked and busy, okay, right? I don't know how I have time to do a yoga challenge. 21 days, do you feel my heart? 21 days in a row. 21 days in a row, right? But I have decided, number one, I believe that I can. I have no evidence of anything, right? And then number two, practicing just getting up and finding a way, a class to slide into some kind of way throughout the meetings and all like that, right? It looks like that presently for me. But through deciding, believing, and practicing, day by day, I am growing stronger and more confident in my ability to do said thing. Let's also talk about just like the outward appearance. We come across so many people who are inspiring, and we say to ourselves, oh gee, she's confident, or they appear or exude confidence, right? And first of all, this video is more about how to make confidence last longer and spark it higher rather than pretending. Okay, so that ain't what we're here for today. Not at all. Okay, so let's talk about someone entering a room, or you entering a room, right? You want to enter the room or be more confident. It starts with the belief, It does not start from the outside in, right? It does not start from you acting like, no, right? It's, you know what? I believe I'm worthy of being seen in this hot pink today. So I may be uncomfortable, right? That may be present and it may exist. However, I know that I can if I practice a little bit more, right? When I started the brand Sassy Jones, I will always hear the same stuff over and over. I started out doing trade shows, setting up tables. And woman after woman, and we still hear it today. This is how I know this is my work. Woman after woman after woman, that's too much for me. I can't do that. That's child. I can't wear a necklace so sparkly, so close to my face. I'm like, oh my God. You know, it doesn't have to be us, and it doesn't have to be Sassy Jones. It doesn't have to be fashion, right? But when did we get to the point where we're out of testing? Or we're not willing to try something different? And that, whatever it is, lasagna or whatever, that exercise of just trying something different is the actual work. And when you work on that more, that's considered practicing audacity. All right, so now that we believe and we're practicing, the third thing is to share. Charis, how does sharing spark confidence higher? Well, we don't go through things just for ourselves, right? We don't have experiences. I didn't build what I built. You didn't build what you built just to keep it to ourselves. My belief is that the reason that we're all on this ecosystem is to co-create beautiful things, beautiful energy, beautiful experiences, but we cannot co-create them and we cannot be encouraged or inspired if we are not sharing. So many things that happen to us, even just think about your last congratulatory moment that you just felt so compelled not to share because maybe you didn't want to be considered being too much or being braggadocious or being cocky or egotistical, right? It's okay, and in fact, it is better than okay, and it sparks your confidence higher when you share in healthy, mindful, conscious ways. So the next time that you get, I don't know, you're happy about you painting your nails, or you're happy about meeting a new friend, or whatever it is, share. Let it out of that body. Let it out of that mouth. Let it out of a jail. Let it out of your mind, right? Share with the other person. You know what? You made a difference in my world today. I just want to let you know that I'm so happy that we exchanged paths, that we crossed paths, we exchanged energy today, right? That sharing and you practicing that sharing, A, allows the other person to be encouraged, right? And then B, through their encouragement, when they bounce it back to you, it's like kind of like a reverberation. When they bounce it back to you, then you're like, right? It pays you back in joy. It pays you back in ability that my things do matter. So I should share them so that other people can have the opportunity to be encouraged by what I'm going through. And vice versa, when I do that, I am repaid in joy, which sparks my confidence higher. You see how all of those things are interwoven and interconnected, and how that just helps you to sit up a little taller and believe in the ability that the next time even if it's something negative, right? That I'm not gonna keep it to myself. I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna believe that it's okay to share, right? I'm gonna practice audacity, and then I'm gonna share. And this is really all about letting things out, releasing, right? Because we keep so many things in, but you can't spark higher if you bog down with all of the things you've agreed to hold on to over the years. You hustling backwards, right? So releasing is also a part of sharing. You're giving it back, right? And you're giving. So number 3, share. Okay, so we talked about number 3, sharing, which essentially is just giving you proof that your actions are worth pursuing, which in and of itself inspires and sparks your confidence, all right? So number 4, the last way to spark your confidence higher is to become completely, and this is the practice, this is probably the hardest one, is to become completely detached from the outcome. Boom. Oh, Lord. So, hold on. I know the camera's shaking. Hold on. Oh, this bitch just shook the table. Okay, I know. That's scary. Right? The only reason we're here is so that we can understand what the outcome is, so that we can know if I do this, and this. If I save X, Y, and Z, if I do this and this, then I get this outcome, right? And that's my dopamine. That's how I know everything is great, everything is well, all is well in the earth, in the world. Okay, but I challenge you, right? Because we believe, right? Because we believe and we know that we are worthy, simply because we exist, and that's our faith, right? Because we are practicing audacity, okay? That audacity is getting us closer, right? And we're sharing the gift, we're sharing with the world, we're showing up, we're deciding to display, right? We also have to agree in and of ourselves that we are going to detach from whatever may come before. So it could look like this. Maybe there's a project that you want to pursue. I don't know. You start a YouTube channel. Let's just use that, right? I am going to continue to move forward regardless of what level of control I have over this thing, regardless of the results that may derive from this thing. I am still going to move forward with joy and bliss and confidence, detached from the outcome. The outcome, for real, ain't even your responsibility, it's God's. We go back to that power source, right? All you're responsible for is the work. But so many of us get discouraged and we stop doing the work because we're so persuaded by the outcome. What if you still got so much joy from the thing that you really love to do? In no matter the capacity, whether it be on the side, whether it be whatever it is, right? Imagine how much joy you would still be receiving and confidence you would still be receiving from the practice of it. God knows where you would be right now if you were not so connected to the outcome, right? Because all you're doing it for, if you just think about it in the way that you're just doing it for the joy and for the practicing of the audacity, and because you believe and via sharing, right? And so I'll use this example, business. I'm an entrepreneur, very successful entrepreneur, okay? You can watch all the other videos or Google, right? But it's really difficult. It's hella difficult, right? To be in a space of business and operating this brand detached from the outcome. Can you imagine how hard that is? Girl, I got payroll, I got employees with mortgages, I work with my husband, all our eggs in one basket, you know, it's investments and stuff, but for the most part, it's one basket, okay? And it is a daily work to agree to move forward in my vision and my purpose and what I know God has placed in my heart, right? To move forward boldly toward that, detached from the outcome. It's really a surrendering. It really, really is, because there's so many responsibilities, right? And so of course, when I began building this brand, I needed receipts. Yeah, right? But I got the receipts while I was still working my corporate job, right? And then so because I was just doing it for the joy, doing it for the fun. But because I was still doing it and practicing, oh my goodness, the receipts suddenly start to appear. Right? right? Some kind of way, right? And so that's how it works. Continuing to do the do, being responsible and smart about it. I ain't telling you to detach from nothing. Don't leave your marriage, sis. Because you just detach, right? But what I'm saying is still continually putting one foot in front of the other, and you're not necessarily worried about or looking for the outcome. You're just doing the work, and I promise you, you're gonna look up one day and the outcome will be blissful because you agreed. You agreed to remain persistent, consistent, which improved your confidence. Y'all, I love y'all. I really, really do. I really, really do. I really, really do. Hey, if you love this video, comment below and tell me what 1, 2, 3, or 4, what point encouraged you and inspired you the most as it relates to sparking your confidence higher. Be sure to follow me, Charis Jones on IG and TikTok, and also shop Sassy Jones on IG and TikTok as well. And girl, if you not subscribed, okay, today's video was worth you. It was enough for you to go ahead and subscribe. Okay, where your subscription sis? I don't see it. I'm looking. Oh, there it is. Thank you. Girl, go be great and go be confident. Wishing you the most highest sparked form of confidence for you ever. The biggest ever. Love ya. Mean it. Bye.